Wednesday morning, January 21st. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We've got a lot to get to this morning, but first we want to have a look at some of the news you need to know.
We're going to check in with Stephanie Joseph. She's live in the newsroom taking a look at some of the headlines on this Wednesday. Steph, what you got?
Hey there, guys. Good morning. In just about 2 hours, we will be hearing from the Buffalo Bills for the first time since the firing of head coach Sean McDermott. Now at 10 this morning, owner Terry Pegula and newly promoted general manager and president Brandon Beane will address the media. The Monday firing of McDermott came just 2 days after the team was eliminated in the divisional round of the playoffs. We will have today's press conference live streamed on the 13WHAM YouTube page and 13wham.com. Our Buffalo Plus team will also join us from the road in about half an hour right here on ARC Rochester. Thousands of Rochester City School employees are being told not to file their taxes yet due to errors on their W-2s. The problem stems from RCSD's troubled switch to Oracle payroll software last July. Since then, hundreds of employees have faced missing paychecks, incorrect pay, and wrong deductions. The teachers union says it is bringing in tax experts to help. President Trump has arrived in Switzerland this morning after a technical problem with Air Force One that delayed his flight last night. He is set to speak at the World Economic Forum and will face world leaders who have criticized his recent comments on Greenland and threats of tariffs on Denmark and other allies if they don't support a transfer of Greenland to the U.S. Happening tonight, Rochester Mayor Malik Evans is hosting a youth forum for local teens ages 13 to 19. The event gives young people a chance to ask questions and share their priorities directly with city leaders. The panel discussion starts at 5 at the theater at Innovation Square. You can submit your questions in advance via the city's website. And that's what you need to know.
All right, Steph, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we sure do. Hey, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours, starting with how the game of ping pong is helping people living with Parkinson's. We're going to learn more about the new session starting this week at the Perrington Community Center and why the program is being recognized internationally.
Then a first look at the cars and SUVs that'll be worth your money in 2026. We'll be joined by the executive editor of Kelley Blue Book to break down prices, new tech, auto market trends, and what you should keep in mind before you go to the dealership.
Maybe he can get us a discount, or
wouldn't that be nice?
Just give us a floor model of something.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun. And later on, a Hollywood favorite is taking to the stage right here in Rochester. Actress Elaine Hendricks from The Parent Trap and Dancing with the Stars is in town at OFC Creations for the production of Hello, Dolly. She's going to join us live in studio to tell us more about her return to live theater.
A jam-packed morning for sure. We'll get a check of the forecast now. We are still feeling those freezing temperatures out there right now.
Sure.
Meteorologist Marty Snyder tracking it out for us right now. And Marty, you know what I realized? We're officially like 1 month into winter, right? Wasn't it December 21st?
That's it.
Today is the 21st. We're 1 month down.
Boom. That's it. 33% done. Not even halfway there yet. I don't know.
Oh,
I guess I'm.
Whoa. 33% done. Leave it right there.
Yeah, right.
You don't need to say not even halfway there yet.
Yeah. I guess my cup is it's half empty. It's not half full or not running over.
Yeah,
it's
1/3 full.
It's frozen because we're down below freezing. That's about it. But right now, 13 degrees, chilly start, especially once you factor in that little bit of a breeze. Not a lot of wind at this point, but just enough to drop that wind chill down to 1 degree above zero. And as we go through today, we're going to see these numbers come up a fair amount numerically. I don't want to say it's going to warm up because it's just not. We're going to see that numeric change, but that's going to be about it. 24 at noon will be near 30 as we head towards 4 p.m. Pretty significant increase there, but still it's going to be below average for that high temperature today. Closest number to average that we'll see this week, average high is about 33. But as we go through the rest of today, maybe a couple snow showers, especially during the afternoon, especially west of Rochester, a little higher risk. Could see at least a coating of snow in a few places, more so to the west. 31 for today's high, down to about 26 tonight. Tomorrow, an early high of 28, so we may just gain a couple degrees and then start to drop off as we head through the rest of the day, and then windy on top of that. Over these next few time frames, expect to see a lot of just blowing and drifting of snow that's already fallen, and then temperatures really fall back through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Some lows below zero, maybe just near 10 for a high temperature on Saturday, and even as numbers come up a little bit next week, still just averaging near 20 as we head into Monday and Tuesday. So again, relative to upcoming days, today is going to be a little bit higher than what we will see, but still just chilly all the way straight through the early portion of next week with those below zero readings as we head into the upcoming weekend for some of the nighttime numbers.
Certainly nicer than what we'll see the rest of the week, but it's not nice by any stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean?
Not at all. That's why on a day like today, got to concentrate on some of those breaks of sun that we're seeing for the short term. It's not much, but you just have to accentuate the positive in these circumstances.
Yeah, stand in front of the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right, let's go off the top. We'll start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest. I'm trying to remember what I wrote because it was so long ago.
What was it about?
I don't know. We're going to find out
Right.
now. Oh, I remember. They say art is in the eye of the beholder, but for this guy, the art is in the stomach of the beholder. That was weak, but you're going to see where I'm going with this now. A student at the University of Alaska Fairbanks turned a protest into a meal this week. An undergraduate student facing criminal charges after police say he stormed into his college exhibition space, tore dozens of photographs off the wall, like student photographs, chewed up the pictures, and then spit out the pieces. It's what he called an anti-AI protest. It was during a gallery show. Several master's candidates had their work out on display. You see it there. Police estimate the student destroyed about 57 images, about $200 worth. Now, the protest reportedly because of AI-generated artwork. The student said everyone needs to be aware about the dangers of it. Here's the twist, though. The artwork that he destroyed wasn't actually celebrating artificial intelligence at all. The whole assignment was a warning. That was the theme of this destroyed exhibit, was that technology has a big impact on prolonged interaction with AI. And the artist behind this exhibition has talked about the darker implications that come along with AI. And we've seen that over the history. They talk a little bit about the correlation to perception, identity, and mental health. The images in the photos were designed using AI tools. They were created to look like Polaroid pictures, intentionally designed to feel a little unsettling and also to spark conversation about where technology and humanity collide. It's not like this entire project was AI, not like the pictures that you had yesterday with the aliens taking over Washington, D.C. or anything like that. This assignment specifically was to blur the lines between creative minds of humans and the machine-generated minds. The student, who was later identified as Graham Granger, faces criminal mischief charges and needs to go to court next week. But the incident has since fueled online debate, some critics calling it vandalism disguised as protest, others pointing out the irony of somebody violently reacting to art, meant to warn about extreme reactions to art and technology.
I agree with both of those assessments of the situation. I would also say that I think it's an important reminder to people out there, the AI aside from all of this, that if something doesn't belong to you, you don't just get to take it.
Yeah.
You don't just get to say, mine now. That's not how things work in a civilized society.
You're not judge, jury, and executioner here.
Exactly. But some people feel they are, and I mean, there's one of them, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just go in and think about the effort. Think about the artists, the students who actually created that stuff. That was their work.
Yeah.
And you literally chewed it up and spit it out. What a slap in the face.
Yeah.
In addition to whatever charges, this guy needs, like, I don't know, he needs to be put out on a pedestal somewhere publicly and shamed. Like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. Say he needs to be on the corner of a busy intersection with a sign that says, "I'm a jerk, honk." Right? Like, you can't just be something I want to say that I'm not allowed to say. You can't just be that and think it's okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
You all right?
Sorry.
Take a deep breath. It's all right. Have a sip. Is it coffee or is it tea?
It's coffee.
I don't really know if you need it, though.
Probably not.
You want some tea instead?
No, don't tell me what to drink. Let's move along to mine. For my off the top this morning, I don't know what I did. Oh, I want to talk about some legislation downstate that could change everything for some of New York City's most beloved workers. Who am I talking about? bodega cats. They could, I know you did a story on, you did an off the top on this.
Sure did.
A couple of months ago. They could finally be legal, though. A bill moving through the state legislature would officially protect bodega cats and establish health and safety standards for them. And honestly, it's about time. If you've ever been to New York City, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You see them there on the screen. You walk into a bodega, you grab a coffee or a sandwich, and there's a cat just hanging out, perched up on the top of the Doritos display or curled up by the cash register, casually judging everything you buy. These cats are icons. They're part of what makes New York, New York. But here's the thing. Right now, under city and state health codes, these cats are technically illegal. They're not allowed, which means they're completely unregulated. No protections, no standards, and that leaves the door open for abuse and neglect. This bill would change that. It was introduced by Assemblymember Linda Rosenthal last spring, and it just made it to the Agriculture Committee this month. It's a big step toward becoming law. Now, here's what it would require. Regular vet checkups, vaccinations, mandatory spaying or neutering, proper nutrition, and one thing I know people are worried about, comfortable cat zones that are separate from a food prep area so your cat can just lounge.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Rosenthal says just to make sure they work, keeping mice and other vermin away, but they should also have access to a good place to rest, good food, and water. And we're going to talk about that. This bill was inspired by a grassroots online petition created by the founder of Bodega Cats of NY. He said bodega cats have been doing the work for decades. Albany is finally catching up, and he is right. These cats work for free. No overtime, no benefits, just showing up and doing their job, charming the customers. And remember, these cats help control the rat population. I looked it up this morning. There's an estimated 3 million rats in New York City. But here's the solution that's already working. The city has roughly 10 to 13,000 bodegas, and about 30 to 40% of those bodegas have a bodega cat.
And
Sounds
the
like
math
cats
is
doing pest control.
Yeah.
I love it. Maybe we should just bring more cats to New York. Everybody gets a cat. Seriously. If bodega cats are already keeping rats away, imagine what would happen if every bodega had one. The cats aren't just cute. They're working animals. They're pest control. They are part of the city's ecosystem. Here's what I want you to take away from this. These cats have been working now for decades upon decades. They're beloved. Tourists take pictures with them. Regulars go in, scratch them behind the ears. They know them by name. And after all that free labor, keeping New York's rat population in check, they finally are earning protection. So if you're a New Yorker or you care about these cats, support the bill. Let a representative know bodega cats matter.
I wish we had bodega cats here.
We were talking about this before you arrived this morning. Ashley said, we specifically need a newsroom cat.
I'm so on board.
I'll take full responsibility for that cat. That bill's everything.
What happened to the one that you were courting out by the dumpster?
Took the food, ran away.
She tried.
There's one in the CarMax parking lot on West Henrietta Road.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Really?
He's black and white.
Okay.
I love him so much.
Okay.
I've tried to pet him a few times.
Yeah?
I pulled over in the middle of the night to try and pet him. It never goes well. But I feel
Do
like...
me a favor, just don't do that anymore. Don't pull over in the middle of the night to pet a cat.
Okay. But like...
In the day, go for it. Just don't do it at night.
But I worry about him. I'm worried that he's going to be hit by a car.
And I'm worried about you, babe. Okay? I'm worried you're going to get hit by a car.
But how great would it be? Well,
Wonderful.
I pulled over in the parking lot.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I don't see him during the day. I still look.
What's his name?
What
do we call him?
I don't know.
What do
Something
you call him, Ashley?
Like Shadow, because it's dark.
Well, I don't know, but if he's over at CarMax, I feel like you got to call him like Prius or something, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Not Civic, not Honda.
Chevy.
Suzuki
Chevy
would
is
be
kind
too
of a
long.
cute name.
Chevy's cute.
I like that.
Chevy's cute. What's
Yeah.
your cat's name? Chevy.
Yeah.
Or you could just say my cat's built Ford Tough. Like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we are checking in with Chris Lopez, who's checking out a new exhibit at the Strong Museum. And this morning, we're just going to say it's really disgusting.
Yeah, don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back.
Fair warning this morning, you're probably going to want to look away. Or maybe you're going to want to lean in closer because a brand new exhibit at the Strong Museum of Play is really turning heads and stomachs with just how gross it is.
Yeah, based on a best-selling children's book series, Grossology takes a fun, science-backed look at the messy, slimy, and sometimes icky things that our bodies do. Chris Lopez, live at the museum this morning. He's checking it all out for us. Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with Mr. Nose, and he knows a lot about people's nose. He has something he wants to say. You guys segued into it perfectly. Speaking of sticky things, let's see what he has to say about snot.
Here's something from my fan mail. Dear Mr. Big Nose. That should be Dear Professor Nose-It-All. When I have a cold, it seems like my body never runs out of snot. Is this true? Alas, the answer is yes. You will never run out of snot. Snot, or nose mucus, is mostly water, and it's made in cells lining the inside of the nose.
That's enough of Mr. Nose. He knows a little bit too much about snot, but, oh no, never mind. I thought it was coming out. There should be some snot coming out right about now. I was trying to, if you're eating anything, don't look at the television. However, though, staying with the nostrils, fun fact, and they have them littered all over the place here. Your nostrils take turns inhaling. You breathe through one nostril for 3 to 4 hours and then switch to the other one every 3 to 4 hours. We're done with the nostrils, I promise. But we're going over to urine, though. Here with Shane. He's the Senior Director of Communications here. Grossology, pretty cool exhibit. We've been cycling through some of the different attractions. We're here at You're in the Game.
Yeah, now you are in the game here. So this is all about filtering the blood. So you can actually play this arcade machine. I mean, what's more appropriate here for the Strong National Museum of Play? and it's your job in this game to grab the potassium, the sodium, the urea, the excess water, and to take it out of the bloodstream and dump it in the urine stream. I mean, we're learning, we're doing some hard science here, but at the end of the day, when are you ever going to get to do something like this?
Yeah, this is pretty fun. I played that game. It's pretty simple, but very fun. Is some of the factoids that are sprinkled all around this area here. Let's talk about pimples. Even though they seem to appear overnight, pimples can actually take weeks to form before you see them. Pretty cool, pretty cool stuff. Really cool if you're like 8. What I would say this range is 6 to 14. Those kids, you would say, Shane?
Yeah, I think even the little kids, they might not quite understand the science, but it's a nice introduction for them. I have a 3-year-old, my youngest, and he loves a good burp joke. So I mean, this sort of fits in with the younger kids too. And the funny thing is to see the parents that are actually here laughing and, you know, a little bit grossed out, but having a great time too.
This is gross, man. They had like a smelling section where you could smell feet, armpits, a butt. It was nasty. And then from that to the scab wall. This is so gross. Kids can climb up this. They're climbing up pimples. They're climbing up warts, hair follicles.
See, I think you're a perfect example as you laugh through this now. Like it's a funny stuff. So you get to learn all about why do scabs form, why do blisters form, what is a bruise, what is a mole, and, you know, at the end of the day, who hasn't wanted to climb a wall full of those...
Full of zits. Yeah. I would do that if I was about 8. I did it earlier this morning, so what am I even talking about? We're going to have more from the Grossology exhibit. One more hit at about 8:40, so we'll check back in with you guys then.
Do you remember when Chris had that gross thing on his finger for like a week?
Yeah.
That was nasty.
That was gross,
Chris.
What happened to your finger? What was up with it?
It was infected with something bad.
It was infected. Now it's not. It looks fantastic now, thanks to antibiotics and that doctor cutting my finger
Yeah.
wide open.
Yeah.
We're happy that you healed.
Listen, I'm happy that you healed, but I'm mainly happy that we no longer have to smell the pus that was issuing from that.
So gross. And every 2 minutes he's like, look at how gross this is. Look at.
I was not doing that. Now we're lying on camera.
You absolutely did. To half of the entire newsroom, you did.
You got it sliced one day.
Actually,
and the
Dan,
next
when I
day
punched
you're
you in the liver with that left hook that made you drop, some blood did come out. And I only hit you at about 20%. So,
See?
I mean,
wow.
The other 80%, maybe some pus would have came out.
You got a big tough guy out there at
Big
Grossology.
tough guy. Grossology. All right, Grosso, we'll check in with you in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. When Arc Rochester returns, it's this morning's weather trivia.
Mark McLean will be here after the break.
would never. I
Well-
would never leave you.
I hear from people all the time that they love the camaraderie.
Well, listen, we have heard from people, a large number of people in the past week and a half or so.
That love cold air?
Since Friday.
That love snow.
No.
That think,
They think that we're married or that we should be married.
AI
You
said
okay?
you were married.
I know, AI says, but people
Excuse
who
me.
don't even know the joke think that we are actually.
You gonna make it, kid?
yes, someone said,
The thought is disgusting
Well,
him so much.
I know.
Holding
No,
up
somebody said, man up and ask her out already, will ya?
blushing over here.
I mean,
My husband's
had a
here.
thing.
I guess some of our viewers don't know me all that well.
Do the weather, weather boy.
that would last about 5 hours, maybe. Weather trivia. Let's talk about cold. All right. We had this up yesterday. Marty ran a weather trivia. Last time we were sub-zero, right?
Yes.
So how many times each season does Rochester go sub-zero? And this is on average, okay? I mean, we've had years maybe more or less than these.
Ooh,
Certainly,
got it.
we've had years with zero. But
Got
is
it,
it
got
2
it.
times, 6 times, 8 times, or 11 times of sub-zero?
Before I saw the options,
Yes.
I immediately thought 5.
Okay.
5 times. Now I'm going to go with 6.
Okay.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
6 times.
I think 8 is way too many, and 2 is far too few.
And I can say this too. Geographically, we're blessed in this area because Rochester, we do pay for it in lake effect snow. But if we did not have the Great Lakes here, you know how cold it would be here in the wintertime?
How cold?
I mean, it would be Midwest kind of cold, like Rochester, Minnesota, similar latitude. They can get 40, 50 below. You know?
It's horrible.
So we just trade those temps for the snow.
Yeah, and the lakes are actually locking up. Check out this illustration. This is about Great Lakes ice, and Lake Erie has gone
Wow.
to 77% ice coverage now, and the Great Lakes in total, just over 22%. Lake Ontario, about 7%, and there's the wide view there. Of course, Superior, so deep, so big, it does take some time for those larger lakes like Huron and Michigan to actually lock up. But when you have air like this, it doesn't take long. 13 degrees, it feels like 1. I guess that's an improvement over yesterday. Woke up to some of those wind chill temperatures closer to -10 yesterday morning in spots. Visibility not an issue. The cloud height, 25,000 feet, so that's pretty good. How it feels right now on the New York State Mesonet, little independent weather stations giving us data all over the place. 5 below in Grove, 4 below in Warsaw, and 1 below there in Clifton Springs. Now, with the cold, you say to yourself, well, where's the snow? Yeah, it's west, but again, because Lake Erie is kind of locking up, that advisory in Orleans, Genesee, in Wyoming County, that's going to start at lunch today. That's in effect until 7 a.m. Starting to see some flurries west showing up on radar, but the bulk of the snow still central Lake Erie back to the west towards Detroit, and that's going to be migrating our way through the course of the morning and the afternoon. So don't be surprised when you see the snow lunchtime or early afternoon. Not going to be a huge deal for you around Rochester, but you know, and again, any snow, even if it's just an inch or so, can slow down a commute. Off to the west, notice the little persistence there off of Lake Erie, and that's why that advisory is in place for areas well west of Rochester. It's not going to be a huge deal, but if we do see a, quote, shovelable snow, that's where it's going to be off to the west of the city. Now, there's the snowfall futurecast. Close to Rochester, you're going to see that, traced to possibly an inch or so in western Monroe County. Western parts of Genesee County, Wyoming County, could it be 2 or 3 inches? Sure. And the Buffalo area. But again, thanks to Lake Erie kind of freezing up a little bit, this would have been a much more substantial snowfall had that lake not been almost ice covered. But cloudy sky at lunchtime. It's near 30 at 4 o'clock, that light snow around town. Tonight we'll see those lows back to the mid-20s. I hate to say it out loud, but I will. This is going to be the warmest night in a while. Mostly cloudy with a few flakes. A lot of these numbers just kind of fall off a cliff beyond this. Down to 12 Thursday night, -2 Friday night. Some spots in the southern tier on Friday or Saturday night are going to be 10 below or more. Sunday's at 14. Have to watch a tricky little coastal storm as we go towards next week. We may have to go up on some of that snow forecast for late Sunday, Monday, as we'll be on the edge of a system lifting up the East Coast. We'll keep you posted on that.
Question.
Yeah.
The 28 we're expecting tomorrow.
Yes.
Do you know what point in time? Is that going to be a high we're going
Yeah.
to hit early in the day.
Yeah.
And it's downhill
It's
from
like
there.
reverse Price is Right. You know, the mountain climbers
yeah,
going the
yeah,
wrong
yeah,
way.
yeah.
You know,
Bum, 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 bum.
ole oola, ole ooh.
You know? Yeah.
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 Disappointing. But hey, look at that.
58 days.
We'll be there before you know
And
it.
you mentioned it, already a month into winter.
Yep.
Tomorrow starts. Let's be optimistic here. 2-minute daily gains of visible daylight. Already.
Really?
2 minutes
Okay.
already.
On the back end?
On the yes, and both. Now we're gaining on the front end and the back end. It's five minutes this week in the morning, 7 minutes this week in the afternoon.
Wow.
And I will take the word off if the 7-day is still there. You notice on that last day of the 7-day, I use the word ornamental sun because it's like an ornament on the Christmas tree.
Yes.
It just doesn't do anything to warm it up
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
The sun angle is so low. We've got snow cover that reflects the radiation, a whole host of things that just keep us in the 20s.
All right.
We'll get through it.
It's all good.
2 minutes tomorrow.
2 minutes.
Look forward to that.
2 minutes.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yepper.
Time right now, 8:31. Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester.
Don't go far. We're back on the other side of the break.